You can brush perfectly, floss like a champion, and still wreck your teeth if you're constantly eating the wrong foods. Because here's the thing nobody tells you. Some foods actively repair and strengthen your teeth, while others quietly dissolve them right under your perfect brushing. Today, I'm splitting the menu into two teams, the foods that heal your teeth and the foods that destroy them, plus a few sneaky healthy foods that are secretly terrible for your enamel. Number 3 on the bad list is going to upset some people. Let's eat smartly. Quick framing so this all makes sense. Your teeth are in a constant tug of war. Acid pulls minerals out of your enamel, and your saliva, plus the minerals from your food, puts them back. So good foods are the ones that either don't trigger acid, supply rebuilding minerals, or boost your saliva. Bad foods are the ones that feed acid-making bacteria or are acidic themselves. Once you get that, you can look at any meal and roughly know which way it's tipping the war. Let's start with the heroes. Team Good. Number 1, cheese and dairy in general. Cheese is honestly an MVP for your teeth. It's packed with calcium and phosphate, the exact minerals your enamel is made of, so it literally supplies the building materials for remineralization. It also helps neutralize acid in your mouth and triggers saliva flow. There's a reason some dentists suggest a little cheese after a meal. It helps tip the balance back toward repair. Milk and plain yogurt do similar things: calcium, protein, and low acidity. Just go for plain yogurt, not the sugar-bombed flavored kind. Number 2. Crunchy, watery fruits and vegetables. Think celery, carrots, apples, and cucumbers. These work in a clever, almost mechanical way. Chewing something crunchy and fibrous scrubs the surface of your teeth a little, and, crucially, it makes you produce a ton of saliva, which washes away food and neutralizes acid. They're like a natural toothbrush and rinse combo. Apples do have some natural sugar and acid, so they're not perfect, but the chewing and saliva boost makes them way better than processed snacks. Raw veggies especially are basically a free win. Number 3, leafy greens and nuts. Leafy greens like spinach and kale are loaded with calcium and other minerals, plus they're high in fiber that gets your saliva going, and they're not sugary or acidic. Nuts, especially almonds, bring calcium and protein and basically no sugar, and the chewing helps with saliva too. They're a fantastic snack precisely because they don't feed the bad bacteria. Bonus, they don't cling to your teeth the way sweets do. Number 4, the easiest one of all, water. Ideally fluoridated tap water if you've got it. Water rinses away food and sugar, dilutes acid, and keeps your saliva flowing. And if it has fluoride, it's actively strengthening your enamel with every sip. Drinking water after meals and after anything sugary is one of the simplest things you can do. And green tea gets an honorable mention. It has compounds that can help reduce harmful bacteria. Just skip the added sugar or it cancels itself out. Now, Team Bad. Number 1, the obvious villain, sugary, sticky sweets. Candy, caramel, toffee, gummies. Sugar is the favorite fuel of acid-producing bacteria. But the real problem with sticky sweets is that they cling to your teeth and wedge into the grooves, so they keep feeding the bacteria long after you've finished eating. That's a prolonged acid attack instead of a quick one. Dried fruit, by the way, raisins, dates, sneaks onto this list too. It's marketed as healthy, but it's concentrated sugar that sticks to teeth, just like candy. Number 2, and arguably the worst overall, soda and sugary drinks, including energy drinks and sweet coffee. This is the perfect storm. They're loaded with sugar to feed bacteria, and they're highly acidic on their own, so they attack your enamel directly on top of the bacterial acid. And people sip them slowly over hours, which means a near-constant acid bath with no recovery time. Even diet soda, while sugar-free, is still acidic enough to erode enamel over time. If you're going to drink these, drink them quickly rather than sipping. Use a straw and rinse with water after. Number 3, the one that'll upset people, highly acidic, healthy foods. I'm talking lemons, limes, oranges, and especially that lemon water everyone drinks for health, plus things like sparkling water and apple cider vinegar. The vitamin C and the rest are great for your body, but the acid is rough on your enamel, and sipping lemon water all morning bathes your teeth in acid for hours. You don't have to quit citrus, just don't sip acidic drinks slowly all day. Rinse with plain water afterward, and don't brush for 30 minutes after since your enamel is softened. Sour candies belong here too, brutally acidic and sugary at once. Number 4, the sneaky one, refined carbs and starchy snacks, white bread, crackers, chips, pretzels. People think, it's not sweet, so it's fine for my teeth. Nope. Starches break down into sugars right in your mouth, and worse, they get mushy and pack into the grooves and gaps of your teeth where they sit and feed bacteria for ages. That bag of chips is basically a slow-release sugar delivery system stuck in your molars. If you eat them, follow with water and ideally clean your teeth later. Now, the rule that ties this whole thing together, because you don't have to live like a monk, it's about frequency and timing, not just the food itself. Your teeth can handle the occasional treat. What they can't handle is constant grazing that never lets your saliva recover. So, eat the riskier stuff with meals rather than snacking on it all day, when saliva flow is already high and one acid attack covers everything. Finish with water or even a bit of cheese. And don't brush right after acidic foods. Rinse and wait 30 minutes. Pair a bad food with a good habit and you defuse most of the damage. Here's a tool that feels almost too easy: sugar-free gum. And it earns a spot on the good team for a clever reason. Chewing it after a meal cranks up your saliva flow, and saliva is your built-in cleanup crew. It washes away food, neutralizes the acid from your meal, and ferries minerals back into your enamel to help it recover faster. So a stick of sugar-free gum after lunch is basically speeding up your mouth's natural recovery from the acid attack. Even better, look for gum sweetened with xylitol. It's a natural sweetener that the cavity-causing bacteria can't actually use for fuel, and which may help reduce their numbers over time. The key word is sugar-free, obviously, because gum with real sugar just feeds the bacteria and defeats the entire purpose. This isn't a replacement for brushing or flossing, nothing is. But as a between meals or post-meal habit, especially when you can't brush, it's a genuinely useful little win. Think of it as buying your teeth a faster recovery after you eat. Let's quickly rank drinks, because what you sip matters as much as what you chew. Best, plain water, ideally fluoridated. It rinses, hydrates, and even strengthens. Sip it all day guilt-free. Also good, plain milk and unsweetened tea. The middle, things like coffee and tea are fine, but watch the added sugar and the staining. The danger zone: soda, energy drinks, sports drinks, sweetened coffees, and fruit juices, sugary and acidic, and worst of all when sipped slowly for hours. And the sneaky one: sparkling water and that lemon water are more acidic than people think, so don't nurse them all morning. Now, a genuinely useful trick most people never hear: the order and timing of how you eat changes the damage. Finishing a meal with something tooth-friendly, a bit of cheese, some crunchy veggies, or a glass of water helps neutralize acid and reset your mouth, whereas ending on something sweet and sticky leaves that feel sitting on your teeth. And the big principle that ties the whole food video together: group your sugary and acidic stuff into meal times instead of grazing all day, because your saliva can handle a few concentrated attacks with recovery time in between far better than a constant trickle that never lets up. You don't have to eat perfectly, you just have to be a little strategic about when and in what order. Let me make this concrete with some easy swaps and what a genuinely tooth-friendly day could look like, so it's not just abstract lists. Easy swaps: trade the all-day soda for water or unsweetened tea, and save the soda as an occasional drink-it-quickly treat. Trade the sticky dried fruit and granola snacking for cheese, nuts, or crunchy veggies. Trade the constant grazing for defined meals with water in between. Trade ending dinner on something sweet and sticky for finishing with a bit of cheese or a glass of water to reset your mouth. Now, a sample day. Morning, water or milk with breakfast. And if you have juice or coffee, have it with the meal rather than sipping for an hour. Then brush before or wait 30 minutes after. Through the day, water as your default drink. And if you snack, reach for cheese, nuts, or raw veggies instead of crackers and candy. With meals, eat whatever you like. Your teeth handle a concentrated treat with mealtime saliva far better than the same thing grazed alone. After dinner, if you want dessert, have it right after the meal, then finish with water. And do your real cleaning, floss and brush before bed. Notice the theme? You're not banning anything. You're clustering the risky stuff and protecting around it. That's a realistic way to eat for your teeth without feeling deprived. Strip away the lists, and it comes down to one principle you can apply to literally any meal. Your teeth are in a constant tug of war. Acid pulling minerals out, saliva and the minerals in good food putting them back, and you're just trying to keep it tilted toward repair. Load up on the rebuilders: cheese, crunchy veggies, leafy greens, nuts, and water. And be strategic about the wreckers: the sugary, sticky, acidic, and starchy stuff. Have them with meals, finish with water or cheese, and never grazing on them all day. You don't have to eat perfectly or give up the foods you love. You just have to stop the all-day drip and protect around the treats. Which healthy food on the bad list got you, by the way? My money's on the lemon water. So there's your menu. Load up on cheese, crunchy veggies, leafy greens, nuts, and water to repair and protect. And be smart about sugary sweets, soda, acidic drinks, and starchy snacks that wreck your enamel. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to stop grazing on the bad stuff all day and pair it with water and good timing. Tell me in the comments, which healthy food on the bad list surprised you most? I'm betting it's the lemon water. Next, watch how sugar attacks your teeth in real time so you can see exactly why timing matters. Hit subscribe and I'll see you next time.